Hi friends, and welcome to the second weekly WIP update. Actually, this is the first official weekly update. The previous one was sort of a year to date. So if you've been following the Reset series, you saw me sort and organize all of my unfinished projects. So now we're going to start talking about what we actually accomplish and finish each week. So for these updates, I will be showing you what I worked on and what I plan on working on next. So I will also link all the patterns down below when I am able to. So this first project that I completed was a little cardigan for my granddaughter. I used the Granny Square Red Heart yarn for it. I liked how it gave it a slight stripe pattern, but the colors just felt very spring to me. And this was the Mika Cardigan, and I did get that off of Etsy. So I also found those cute little floral buttons that matched the blue pretty well, and it just gave a very springtime vibe. The sweater was very easy to make, so I highly recommend. The next project I worked on were the Lane pants. I was super excited to work on these. I've seen so many videos and so many people talking about them, and they just looked so comfortable. I actually found this little heart and gingham fabric at Hobby Lobby and bought like 8 yards of it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I ended up making these Lane pants. I also made some things for my grandkids that you saw in the last video. But these pants were super easy. I love that they have pockets, a soft elastic waistband, wide leg. They just overall are a great pant, and I will definitely be making several more pairs of these going forward and for all of the seasons. I think they'll work really well with a lot of different weight of material. So then we have this sweater vest that I made. I actually combined 2 patterns. So the sweater itself is the coloring book sweater, and then the rowboat pattern was the float your boat. They're both by the same pattern designer. And the coloring book sweater, I just didn't add the sleeves and instead just did a single crochet, 2 rows of single crochet on the arms to create sort of a boxy little sweater vest that could go over anything, be worn, kind of as just an extra outer layer or as an actual part of the outfit. But I thought that was super cute. That rowboat, the pattern comes with several different types of boats. If you didn't want to do a rowboat, you could do anything. So then I have the things that I am working on currently. So the first one is this, it's called the diamond sweater. Again, most of these patterns, if they're an e-pattern, I have gotten them off Etsy. So this will be a sweater once I get it finished, but this is what I have so far. It worked up very quickly. Didn't take me more than an evening of watching a couple of shows to get that much of the sweater done. So then the next is this probably my favorite children's sweater. It's called the Child's Top Down Jumper. I use this a lot for sweater patterns, and then I combined it with another pattern, which was the letter sweater that I also got off of Etsy and put a bee on it for my grandson. And so I just have to finish the bottom hem and then the sleeves, but I use that top down jumper crochet pattern for a lot of different things. When I'm making children's sweater, it works up really easy. I feel like the size is spot on, and it's very easy to make different adjustments if you wanted to, like adding graph pictures to it or stripes, whatever. It's just a really easy pattern to follow. So I definitely would suggest that. And the letter sweater was very easy as well and adaptable to adding it into a different sweater than the one that was recommended. So then I have this paper pattern from McCall's and this cute little yellow gingham fabric that I have had for a while, but I am going to make 2 of these rompers, one for my grandson and one for my granddaughter. So the pattern is for a boy or a girl. It just depends on what embellishments that you add to it. So I thought that would be super sweet for summertime, and I do like to make matching outfits or coordinating outfits for all my grandchildren. I think it's fun to do that, and I do that quite frequently. So a lot of times you'll see me make multiple things out of the same fabric or coordinating. And then I also I'm making that little dress, that one in the middle with the little pantaloons with it. And I am using this really pretty, it's kind of like a teal green and like a buttercup yellow floral pattern for that. So it is going to have a little bit of that yellow gingham for the contrast for the collar portion of the dress, and I'll be making that for one of my granddaughters. And then the other dress I'm working on is the Simplicity dress, and that is for another one of my grandchildren. And I am just using some random fabric that I had in my stash. I couldn't even tell you where I got it from or how long I've had it. I think I may have had it for upwards of 10 years. So I'm going to make the short sleeve version because this is for spring/summer. And I am, if I have time, making a little cardigan to go over it. So if there is a little bit of chilly weather, she could just throw the cardigan on, or she could throw a jean jacket over it. Anything, it'll be super cute. I love the floral, and that kind of peachy color kind of helps to make it a little bit toned down so the floral doesn't look too busy for her. But I have that one just about done. Got a couple more steps to do, and that will be done. So hopefully I'll be able to get all of these projects pictured completed by the end of the week. And then sort of an impromptu project are these Sunday spread bags. A friend of mine's daughter, who happens to be my daughter's best friend, is starting to host a Sunday spread once a month. And so for February, I thought, well, it would be fun if everybody had a tote bag to bring their goodies each time we meet and then to take their goodies home. So I ordered the bag off of Amazon. I got 2 colors. I got just kind of the regular tote bag color, and then I got a black. They do zip, so you can zip them up, make sure all your stuff stays in there. And then just with a lot of different colors, I ordered a variety pack of heat transfer vinyl, and then just cut out the words and that sort of leafy floral sort of pattern to kind of go around the edges. Each one is slightly different, either by the color or by how I set up the vinyl on it. So they're not all 100% the same, but they have the same vibe, and I thought that would be a super fun thing to take to this month's Sunday spread, and then everybody would be able to carry their goodies back and forth and maybe even use that bag for something else if they wanted to. But that was sort of an impromptu project that I started working on. I actually saw somebody else do that on social media and bring a tote bag to their Sunday spread, which kind of prompted me to say that's exactly what I want to do this month, and ordered the supplies right away and got working on it because the first Sunday spread is actually coming up in a week. So I needed a project, and I'm glad I found one, and it was relatively easy to get that project done and ready to share. So I have everything cut out, everything's done. I just need to press it with my heat press. So then here are a couple of other projects that are On my hopeful to-do list, so the first round of projects were things that I definitely wanted to get done with this week, and then I picked out a couple of things that I would hope maybe I can get to or partially get to, and if not, they'll go on to next week. So I have this t-shirt sweater or t-shirt blanket that I was making, and I was using some flannel for the inside part for the batting, but I kind of made it too big, so I had a couple of these polar fleece blankets, so I'm just gonna re-pin those on and make it more of a lap style blanket. And then I am making happy birthday banners for all of my grandkids. I started with my granddaughter's birthday this fall, and so everybody will be getting one this year until we make it to the fall, and then everybody will have a banner. So I have some of these sort of muted, rusty farmhouse color florals and plaids and ginghams that I'm going to use to make two banners, one for my granddaughter and then one for my daughter who is expecting, and that's how we're going to do the gender reveal. So once I know what the baby is, I'll put the baby's name on the banner, and then we'll have that at the gender reveal. They already have a boy and a girl name picked out, so that will be how we let the rest of the family know if she is having a boy or a girl. So my goal is to get the banner pieces ready, that way whenever they call me to tell me it's a boy or a girl, I can just easily cut out the letters of the name and then quickly put it together if I have all the other pieces prepped. And so I have everything ready, and I will be getting those together. So like I said, I hope I can get these done or at least partially started. Then that way next week I can just kind of either finish them off, get them, have them be the first on my to-do list next week. So those are all the projects that I finished, have started, or am hoping to start this last week or this upcoming week. So if this is something that you enjoy, follow along and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave me a comment and tell me what projects you're working on this week. Or if you are wanting to see one of these completed projects, let me know which one you are looking forward to seeing, and then come back next week to see what I actually got done out of all of my projects and what I will be working on next week, and even a couple of honorable mentions, hopefully get them done, projects like you see here. And we'll also do a count next week and see how many projects I have gotten done. And so we'll see, it'll be the end of February, we'll see how many projects we've completed in January and February and see where we're at with that and how many more projects we still have to go. And so join along, see if I had any impromptu projects, and I look forward to seeing you. And I am on all the other social media platforms, same name, so if you want daily updates or kind of want to pop in and see what I actually completed in real time, you can check me out there. Otherwise, join me back next week and have a good one.